Today's concept is geared towards competitive dancers because competitors have exponentially more shape, more flight, more rotation, more rotational figures. However, if you are a beginner, you are more than welcome to join us today. I'm also, after I show this in kind of more simple visuals, I'm going to demo these concepts with a partner so you can see them in action on a dance floor, okay? So when we start out as beginners, our patterns are all linear. Either go forwards or backwards or to the side. And so our connection to the partner can be just totally frontal the whole time, okay? And that functions, maybe not beautifully and gracefully, but hey, it works and you get going on the dance floor. Now, the more advanced we get, the more rotation we add. And at the higher levels, not only do we add a ton of rotation, but we rotate to the left, we rotate to the right. Then we add linear in between. And even the linear figures as an advanced level competitor are not truly linear. For example, if I were to do a closed chain step and waltz, I wouldn't go step side together. A little bit more advanced dancer would add rotation with the body and then progress out, okay? So what's the benefit? We can position our bodies so that we move with the most efficiency. And the byproduct of that is it looks amazing and it feels amazing, okay? So we want to use physics and our position with our partner to use our bodies to naturally, efficiently use the minimum amount of force necessary to create the maximum dancing, okay? So firstly, visualize more advanced dancing now. We are actually offset from the partner. So beginner, head on, okay? A little more advanced dancing. I'm always on my partner's right side, correct? So I'm offset. We're together in the feet, although the feet are slightly offset, but certainly more offset as we get to the top. So this creates a spiraling action, okay? Because I'm not front and center, this would be just on a pole. I don't want to think about wrapping around the partner or bringing my top to the partner, as many people kind of misunderstand CBM. Oh, left side lead, and then they pull on their partner or shove on their partner. But we are spiraling from the base. So let's think about this in terms of some basic things like an atom in nature, okay? So what we're gonna have is a nucleus, and we have, in the case of helium, you would just have one electron traveling around, okay? So it's not with it, right? They don't rotate together. One is always behind the other, and that's efficient in physics. That requires the least amount of energy to get around. I'm going to show you a quick visual aid of that atom just to refresh your memory, because you probably haven't looked at this since you were a kid. I'll be right back. Okay, another example in nature. Let's think about the Milky Way. It's a spiral galaxy, okay? So does it look like this? No, it has spiraling arms and they're rotating around. And so, and again, why is that? Because it's efficient. This is how physics works. Even if you don't understand the math, you can see it. So this is I think a really easy visual to see what you're doing with your bodies. We'll look at it with the actual dancing bodies in a sec. Let me give you a quick visual of a spiral galaxy so you can see those arms coming out, just like our arms would come out and we would spiral away from our partner. Okay, I'll be right back. So spiral galaxy, here you go. And in dancing, unless you're in a wing position, which is quite rare, we are in our partner's right arm, okay? So the spiral will go out with what you might think of as left side lead, though it's not actually shoving the left side into the partner. It's actually turning the feet to the right. And then the body turns slightly later. Okay, so it looks like I'm turning left, but I'm actually turning right with my left side eventually coming forward, okay? And we're offset, right? We talked about we're no longer right in front of the partner like a beginner. I'm actually out to the side. Whether I'm a lead, my follow's out here. Whether I'm a follow, my lead is out here, okay? And the more advanced you are, you're gonna notice, even if you just watch YouTube videos, if you watch, say, bronze, you know, they're a little offset, a little bit of spiraling, but if you were to look at, say, a final and black pool, you're gonna see some big old spiraling, okay? And it's not just for the sake of beauty, although it is beautiful. It's to make the movement efficient. We want to expend our force, hauling our butts down the floor and on our flight. Not so much on fighting our partner, okay? And so I showed you with the two kind of paintbrushes how that works. You can rotate with this upright non-spiral action, but guys, it's going to take 10 times the force. So it'll feel to your partner like you are heavy on him, ladies, or you're blocking him, or if you're in promenade position, she's not with me. Likewise for the lead, if you lack the spiraling action, to her, it feels like he's dragging me in his armpit, frankly. Or he's got me in like a bear trap vice-like grip. None of those is pleasant for the partner. So we all want to be thinking about this visual of our Milky Way while we're dancing with each other, okay, guys? So again, the result, I mean, it's more important than the beauty is it's less force, okay, to maximize your visual appeal. And again, as dancers, we use our feet to provide that torque. Torque meaning we use a force. The only force we have is our feet on the floor, right? That propels us around. So we do want to think about initiating the spiral from the feet, because as a human body standing on a planet with gravity, we got to make that with our feet. Let me show that now with a partner so you can get a little bit more of a visual. But hopefully this is going to help you feel more comfy, both for you and for your partner and your partner in each other's arms, and make that beautiful, efficient connection we're all gunning for as competitors, okay? So let me demo that with the partner now. Bye. Now I'm going to show torque, what that looks like with a ballroom dance partner, so you can see how this comes into play. So when we very first learn as beginners, firstly, we don't even have the flexibility to have any torque. So we're gonna have a very frontal connection, and let's go ahead and back up and walk straight to the camera. We just do linear motion. So I really don't need any offset. I don't need any rotation to make a truly linear movement functional. It's not pretty, but it works. However, as a competitor, whether I'm doing Latin, whether I'm doing standard, I'm going to add this spiraling action from down below. It's going to make the movement more efficient, so I have to apply less force to get around, and it's going to be more beautiful, okay? And so now we're going to do, let's go ahead and do double reverse spins. We'll go this way, and you'll be able to see, we'll do a series of like 3 double reverse spins that were offset. We're not in front of each other, we are offset. So it makes it less work to get around. So 3 double reverses, angle really doesn't matter. Okay, So when people first initiate kind of, oh, CBM or torsion, the leads, the biggest complaint I have, tend to rotate the whole shebang. So they do everything at once. Kind of next level of dancing. They do spiral, but they continue with the top. The net result is it puts my follow over here in my armpit. Okay, so if your follow constantly feels like you're maybe dragging them, this indicates that you are not stopping that torque soon enough. So I want as lead in, I'll talk about very high level competitive dancing. I want to finish the torque here. I do not want to keep going with the top. The follow is a little bit different. I'm responding to his lead. So when he stops, I feel him stop, and then I have a slight response time. And that result is a beautiful flowering out. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and show a spin turn now with 0 torque. And just stop for you. Yeah, so here we go. We're on the front, we're on the front, we're on the front. It's not hideous, it works, but it's certainly not going to be powerful, and we're going to have to use a lot more force to get around. I want to use the physics in my favor, so a galaxy action, I'm one of the outer spirals. That's going to be more efficient in terms of physics, and I have to work less to get down the floor. That way I can focus and use all that energy to haul booty with my good flight rather than fighting my partner. So now we're going to show the spin turn where Bert is going to stop the rotation here, and I'm going to flower out, and I'll feel and respond. Okay? So this is a good one. Spin turn, 1, 2. He puts this only, and I finish it out. And so let's sweep this way. So he finishes here. The follow will finish it out. Okay, now I'm going to show with partner 2 high ending the torque. So here, this is a bad one. 1, 2, and he goes to the top, 3. And so if we were to show that with her back at the end of that thing, I don't know if you can see, the follow is going to end up over here in the armpit. Okay. On any rotational figure, that armpit thing is a real risk, and the trick is to stop the torque here. So I spiral as lead from the feet, from the knee, from the hip, from the rib, not from the shoulders. She'll have a little bit more of that out from the shoulders, but that's because she feels you stop, and then she'll stop. And a higher level follow will actually control that stop to where I can do it all the way through the head. That will happen a little bit more mechanically, naturally than the leads part. In my opinion, the leads part's a little bit harder here because they really need to think about, I'll say, prematurely stopping that momentum. And as follow, I get to benefit from those physics and, oh, I'll respond in a very slow, graceful, musical way. Okay, so let me show one more time. Good. And we will show that stopping action. We'll show a couple different angles with partners. So let's do a spin turn, and let's do it down like this way. Okay, so spin turn. This goes forward, but the head is looking down line, and I, as the follow, will finish it out. Okay, now we're going to show from another angle. Let's go this way. 1, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3. He stops here. I finish it out. Okay, and let's go this way. 1, 2, 3. He stops here. He's looking out here. Follow. Finishes it out. Okay, without any extra help up here from the lead. So that's hopefully more of a mathematical understanding of why we do CBM, CBMP, and what that actually means in a way that to me seems to make sense. It's a little more sense to people than just using those CBM, but actually understanding the torque and the reason we're doing that will hopefully help you connect a little closer and more comfortably to your partner and have to use less physical force to get down the floor efficiently and beautifully.